5 things I wish people have told me before I start my career. Number 1, it is okay to do things differently from other people. When I first started, I was kind of a lone wolf because I had kids. I could not go into the office. So I started creating my own templates to show to my clients how I understand a transaction. And the way I built my spreadsheet is completely different from everyone else. And what I realized is that I don't have to be using the same template as everyone else, but I just need to make sure that my template or my design is the best for my clients and makes sense for my clients. So it doesn't mean that you have to copy and paste everyone else's. You got to be yourself, you got to be your own style, and that's what makes you different. Number 2, and you don't have to hire people exactly like you. You are supposed to hire people different from you. And I wish people had told me about DISC personality test right off the bat. When I first introduced to DISC personality test, of course, I tested on myself and also at the time, my partner who was doing real estate transaction with me at that time. And I used to think about like, why does she think that way? And why are we so different? Once we did the DISC personality test, I realized that we're completely opposite people. And that's why we complement each other so well. And we became really good partner. And now we understand why she does things the way she does and why I do things the way I do. And then naturally we realize that, okay, there are certain things that she's much better at, and there are other things that I'm much better at. And that's what makes a great partnership. And I apply the same concept with the rest of my team, because now I understand that my team's personality, every agent's personality, and I need to be more aware of what kind of people I should bring into my team. Otherwise, we might have some personality clashes. Number 3, you don't need to be best in everything. I used to think that because this is my company, because this is my team, I need to be the best in everything. That is so not true. You're supposed to hire people who are better at things than you, because if you're the best, and that's where your company is going to take you only. And it's going to take forever, a long time for you to try to learn other things to push your company forward. You're supposed to hire people who are better than you with the same vision, that willing to help you and support you. Those are the people you're supposed to hire. You don't have to think that you have to be best in everything. Number 4, it is okay to be vulnerable as a leader. I also used to think that I have to be the strongest on the team. I have to be the one that never show weakness. But by showing weakness, by showing your team why you do things a certain way you do, what kind of pain that it costs you to give you that kind of motivation, to give you that vision, to give you that objective, that actually will motivate your team. Because believe it or not, we all in pain somehow, some way, and we all have our own whys. But if you're willing to share your why, you're willing to share your pain and your struggle, your team is going to be a lot more understanding of your situation and a lot more willing to share their pain and struggle so that they are willing to work together with you. Don't try to be the strongest of the team, because even though they need you, they also need to understand why you're doing what you're doing. Lastly, number 5, make sure to have a coach. I had interviewed and worked with many coaches before, but doesn't mean that every coach is right for me. Well, I realized that at the end, I needed a female coach who is also a leader in her field, because I felt that she understood my position as a mom, as a wife, and also as a CEO of my company. And that's why after working with 5 different coaches, I finally settled with her for the last 2 years. But what is so important having a coach is that there will for sure be some obstacles in your life. And there are times, again, we cannot be the strongest. And there are times that I felt the weakness. I feel like I don't have the self-confidence. I felt that I needed somebody to lift me up. And your coach will be the person not only to teach you how to do things, but also be your cheerleader, be there to lift you up when you're down. So be sure to have a coach by your side to guide you through these obstacles and help you along the way when you feel down, when you feel lonely, because when you're at the top, it does feel lonely, and having a coach is really important. Well, I hope these 5 points help you with your career, and I look forward to seeing you.